Alright, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Real Madrid Hub again. I'm your host, Dr. Jota, and in this video I would like to speak a little bit more regarding to the future of Kylian Mbappe, because there's nothing else for now. There's nothing new regarding to the French player, and be advised, because every single thing, speculations, rumors that you might see, you might listen to from the different platforms, from different countries in Spain, England, France, and all this stuff, it might be just, I don't want to say it's gotta be fake, but I would say that it's just, I don't know, maybe just opinions from the authors that are writing the articles. I don't know. So just be careful, be advised, because not every single thing you read from Kylian Mbappe is just true. But what is really true, and this is official actually, is that Kylian Mbappe will not play for France in the next Olympic Games, which is of course very good for Real Madrid. And maybe you're wondering, why is that good for Real Madrid? Why is that good for Kylian Mbappe? Okay, let me tell you what. Now that European Championship is going on and Kylian Mbappe is still alive with the national team of France, and I think that they have to play tomorrow. The problem is Kylian Mbappe is just focused, okay, in the European Championship, and he won't take any decision about his future in the foreseeable future while he's playing in the European Championship. If he had to go to the Olympic Games, that would be the same. So it might take longer to the French player to take a decision regarding to the future and regarding to the signing for Real Madrid and all the stuff. But once he's done, once the European Championship is over, then Kylian Mbappe will go on vacation. Presumably he will go on vacation, and then he will find more time to concentrate just in his future, and of course to take a little bit more time to think about his future, his possible signing for Real Madrid and all the stuff. So that's why it's very good news for Real Madrid, because that way during that vacation, I think it's not going to be a real vacation, because probably Mbappe will have to spend more time thinking, and not only thinking but actually conversations with Al Khelaifi, maybe talks with the rest of the board members in PSG, maybe make a couple calls to Real Madrid, his own family, his agent, and all the stuff. So it's not going to be a true vacation, because he won't have time to rest. He has to decide something, and right quick. Because if you think about it, Carlo Ancelotti will show up in the training ground as soon as the July the 5th, and the rest of the players who are right now playing the Copa America or the European Championship will be a little bit later. I think it's gonna be July the 11th, but not so late. And then Kylian Mbappe will have to, in case he signs for Real Madrid, will have to show up. I would say maybe mid-July or something like that. Some people out there are arguing that the deal for Kylian Mbappe will be around mid-August, so it's still a long way ahead. But whatever it is, he will have to take a decision soon. So for now, let me get into the details. Let me give you a couple updates regarding to Kylian Mbappe, and that is very related to what I've been saying right now. Nobody in Real Madrid for now is waiting for Kylian Mbappe to say anything soon. So right now Real Madrid is just working in the plans that they have with the squad, with the all players we had to get rid of, because as you know, we have 31 players in the first team, and we only are allowed to have about 25 players or something like that. So we have to get rid of about 7 to 8 players. That is the top priority for now. So the second thing is about other bunch of players we might sign for the next year. Not many though. It might be maybe Jules Koundé, what is going to happen to Jules Koundé, and of course what is going to happen to Erling Haaland, because that is the kind of hidden signing we potentially might make for the next summer, because there have been a lot of rumors out there regarding to Erling Haaland, and a allegedly agreement between Real Madrid and Erling Haaland is already made or something like that. They were not specifying though if that was going to be for this summer, maybe next summer. I lean to think that it's going to be for the next summer. I mean, there's no way for me to think that this summer we will go ahead and sign both of the top of the greatest players at the moment in the soccer spectrum. I mean, it's not only about the money, which is completely insane and crazy. You have to keep in mind, these two guys combined maybe up about, I don't know, maybe up to 300 million euros. So it's a lot of money, and it's not only the transfer fee you have to pay for them. You have to pay a super huge salary, especially for Mbappe. I mean, he might have a salary of about, I don't know, for Real Madrid that would be about 30 million a year. I mean, if you think about it, Erling Haaland, that would be, I mean, I'm not going to say it's gonna be the same, but maybe, I don't know, some point between 10 to 15 million for Real Madrid each year, which is of course a lot of money. So I don't think that that is going to happen this summer, but I do agree there's a chance for us to sign Erling Haaland for the next year. But whatever happens, for now, nothing is going to happen regarding to Kylian Mbappe. And what Real Madrid is expecting to happen actually is once the European Championship, then Kylian Mbappe will make the call to PSG to say, hey, I want to leave PSG, I want to join Real Madrid, let's try to work this out, let's try to sit down on the table and try to negotiate with my future, my contract and all this stuff, because I want out. So that is what Real Madrid is expecting to happen, right? So the other thing Real Madrid is expecting to happen is regarding to PSG, what we need to happen is that these guys, once they are assuming that Kylian Mbappe wants to leave, wants out, wants to quit, then the easiest way for everybody is like Al-Khelaifi make the call to Florentino Perez and say, hey, okay, we're assuming that this guy doesn't want to play for us anymore, so let's sit down and let's try to things work out for all of us. Let's try to reach an agreement, and then we will see what is the best way for everybody here. So in my opinion, that is the smartest way, and of course the quicker way, and I don't know, maybe the best way for everybody. It's just my opinion, but I think it can work. I mean, if you think about it, PSG is right now working on the signing allegedly of Cristiano Ronaldo. So in a certain way, I want to assume that they will sign to Cristiano Ronaldo and replace the Kylian Mbappe. So they are assuming at some point that Kylian Mbappe will turn into a new, or will leave PSG and will join Real Madrid. And there's no other way around, right? So hopefully that happens, and hopefully that super optimistic scenario, I mean, finally happens for Real Madrid, because that would be great. You have to keep in mind right now, PSG and Real Madrid have some different players. You know, for example, PSG is thinking about Rafa Varane, is thinking about Sergio Ramos. I mean, Sergio Ramos has nothing to do with Real Madrid anymore, but when it comes to Rafa Varane, it's a little bit different because they have to negotiate, they have to make the call and all the stuff. So at the same time, Real Madrid is interested in Kylian Mbappe. So in a certain way, there are some mutual interest between the two clubs. So they will be forced to understand each other, right? So if we have a good communication with them, that is going to be better, definitely. So for now, number one, Mbappe is not going to say anything until the European Championship is over, number one. Number two, Real Madrid is expecting that PSG make the call one of these days and say, hey, okay, we are assuming that this guy wants to leave, so let's sit down. That's it. For now, the only thing Real Madrid is working on is pretty much in designing the next squad and pretty much getting rid of these 7 to 8 players we have to get rid of for the next season, and maybe another potential signing, but that's it. And then the second name, the other story Real Madrid might be working on, we don't know though, I mean, it's not going to be public for sure, is about Erling Haaland. And now I want to move towards the Norwegian player, because regarding to Erling Haaland, there are a couple of things we should talk about. Number one, Mino Raiola, he's super interested in pulling the guy out of Borussia Dortmund right this summer, and the only reason for that is pretty much because Mino Raiola will make a lot of money if he is able if he's able for, I don't know, if he's able to convince Borussia Dortmund to sell Erling Haaland, the commission he might get is insane. I mean, it's super high, one of the highest commissions any single agent in Europe can make, right? So that's why he's super interested in make a deal with anybody, potentially Real Madrid, but nobody knows. I mean, and I wouldn't be surprised if Mino Raiola tries to sell the player to any other, Premier League teams or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised at all, because Mino Raiola is a very weird guy. The way he works is a little bit eccentric and selfish sometimes. So we have to be aware that this guy not always is looking forward or even helping Real Madrid, right? So that's number one. Number two, Borussia Dortmund, of course, don't want to get rid of Erling Haaland this year. Problem is, they have a deficit super insane. So if they get about, I don't know, up to 150 million euros or something like that, and with that money they can wipe it out. I mean, they can wipe out the whole deficit, the whole financial struggles that they have. In my opinion, they might say, okay, we'll be open to, or more flexible, or I don't know, let's listen to Real Madrid and see how much money we can make with this guy. I don't know, but it can happen. So that is the number two. I mean, however, I still think that I see Erling Haaland arriving in Real Madrid, but not this year, because this year I think that we are putting all in on Kylian Mbappe. And although I think that Florentino Perez is able to sign both players in the same year, I lean to think that, Erling Haaland might arrive, but the next year. Maybe we sign an agreement this year, but in my opinion, it can be, or it can happen the next year, 2022. So I don't know, but I just wanted to talk to you all regarding to that, because maybe all the rumors and speculation and articles that you can find on the internet regarding to Mbappe and Erling Haaland are just, I'm not going to say it's fake, but it's just maybe opinions and, I don't know, rumors, speculations without any kind of foundation, so be careful, be advised, because not every single thing you read out there is true. So now let me know your thoughts about that. Just comment in the section below, and of course subscribe my channel, Real Madrid Hub.